Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever city, whatever time zone, whatever season of your journey you're standing in right now, welcome. Some of you are watching this after a long day. Some are watching in silence while the world sleeps. And some of you press play because something in your heart whispered, I want more from life. And that whisper is powerful because the world doesn't change when you shout. It changes when you listen to the quiet voice inside that says, I can be better than I was yesterday. We live in a time where everyone wants results, but very few want the routine. Everyone wants the peak, but few are willing to climb. Everyone wants the success story. Not many want the chapters filled with doubts, sweat, discipline, sacrifice, and those lonely nights where you look at your ceiling and ask, will all this effort ever buy off? Good evening. And let me reassure you, yes, it will. But only if you build the habits that success cannot resist. You see, success is not a shooting star. It is a sunrise. Slow, consistent, and unstoppable. You don't see it happening every minute. But one day you look up and everything is glowing. People think success is something big that happens suddenly. No. Success is the tiny things you do when nobody sees you. It is the promises you make to yourself and actually keep. It is waking up when your comfort begs you to stay in bed. It is doing the boring, the difficult, the unexciting TRG things because you know those small choices shape your destiny. I've seen people chase success like it's hiding somewhere outside them. They run here, they jump there, they watch 10 motivational videos back to back, they write big plans on fancy boards, they announce goals in loud voices and tea party, and hen, what happens? They burn out in 2 days. Why? Because they didn't build habits, they built hype. And hype fades. Habits build empires. Good evening. Tonight we talk about habits that don't just chase success, they attract it. Habits that turn you into someone success likes to stay with. Because real success doesn't come into your life like a guest, it comes like a partner. And partners don't stay with someone unreliable. Let me start with something simple and uncomfortable at the same time. The life you are living right now is built from the habits you had yesterday. And the life you live tomorrow will be built by the habits you start today. No shortcuts, no magic formulas, just habits. And the first one is showing up. People underestimate this habit because it sounds too basic. They think success belongs to the smartest, the most talented, the most gifted. But success belongs to the ones who showed up again and again when others got tired. You ever notice that the gym is most crowded in the first week of January? After that, silence. Motivation has the attention span of a TikTok video. Habits, though habits don't need applause. Habits don't need hype. Habits need validation. Habits do not care about your mood. You don't need to feel inspired to show up. Inspiration is a visitor. Habit is a roommate. When you show up without emotion, without excuses, without negotiation, trust me, success hears that. Success respects that. Success notices the nights you stayed, the mornings you woke, the temptation you ignored, the comfort you refused. And showing up doesn't mean being perfect. It means being present. You don't need to run a marathon every day. Sometimes a walk is enough. You don't need to study 8 hours every night. Sometimes 30 minutes counts. But you must show up, because if you don't water a plant, even the strongest seed dies. Now, the second thing, learning, not school learning, not the kind where you memorize and forget, but the kind where you grow, where you adapt, where you evolve. The world is moving so fast that yesterday's minds, won't survive tomorrow's reality. Think about it. The world changes every day. Technology changes. Markets change. People change. You cannot afford to say, I already know enough. The moment you stop learning, you start sinking slowly, silently, like a boat with a tiny hole. Successful people learn because they are weak. They learn because they are hungry. They ask questions. They study people better than them. They sit in rooms where they are the least knowledgeable person and they are proud of it. Because they understand one truth: you don't grow in comfort. You grow in curiosity and apartheid. And let me tell you something. The more you learn, the more you realize how little you actually know. That's humility. And humility is not weakness, it is fuel. A person who thinks they know everything shuts the door to wisdom. But the one who says, teach me more, opens the universe. En din bar au, let's talk about discipline. Oh yes, the word that scares more people than ghosts. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is saying, I choose my future over my feeling. Discipline is the quiet power that builds legends while the rest of the world sleeps. Some people think discipline means suffering. No. Discipline is not suffering. Discipline is structure. Discipline is direction. Discipline is choosing long-term peace over short-term pleasure. Comfort looks sweet today, but tastes bitter tomorrow. Discipline tastes bitter today, but give enchibarnes sweetness for the rest of your life. People ask, how do I stay motivated? You don't. Motivation is a visitor. Build discipline because discipline stays when motivation leaves. Even when you're tired, even when you're uninspired, even when the world doubts you. Next habit, gratitude. You see, Bar P, people think gratitude is soft, that it's for gentle souls. No. Gratitude is strength. Gratitude is abundance in disguise. Gratitude turns I don't have enough into I have enough to begin. There are people with fortune who live like they are in poverty because they never appreciate what they have. And there are people with almost nothing who walk like royalty because their heart rich. Gratitude is not closing your eyes to ambition. It is opening your eyes to blessings. If you don't appreciate step 1, life won't give you step 2. Say thank you for the small progress because SMA to LL progress every day becomes unstoppable momentum. And then comes the ultimate foundation, belief. Belief in yourself. Belief in your voice. Belief that you are not here by accident. You are here because you have a purpose. Self-belief is not arrogance. Self-belief is responsibility. It means ying. If I don't bet on myself, who will? There will be moments where doubt whispers, moments where failure visits, moments where life feels like it's testing your patience, your strength, and your sanity. But belief is the shield. Belief is the fire. And real belief whispers quietly, I don't can and now how, but I will find a way. You don't need the whole staircase. You just need the courage to take the next step. And tonight, as you listen, remember this, your habits are not just routines. They are statements. Statements that declare who you are and who you will become. Show up, learn, plan yourself. Practice gratitude, believe, not someday, not when everything feels perfect, but today, now, here. Because success doesn't respond to the loudest voice. It responds to the most consistent one. And tonight, maybe you didn't just come here to be inspired. Maybe you came because your NDRN, pure self, sent you here. A future version of you, stronger, wiser, successful, whispering, keep going, build the habits. I am waiting for you. NT become who am meant to be. That's on me. That's real power. But belief is not enough. You need clarity. You need a direction. Have you noticed that Espinard-only people are always busy but never getting anywhere? They are running in circles, moving fast but staying stuck. That's what happens when you don't know where you want to go. Imagine getting in a car and just driving without a destination. You'll burn fuel, but you'll never arrive. Your time, you parse in our energy. Your brain, they are all fuel. Don't waste them on random roads. Every evening, ask yourself one question. What did I do today that moved me closer to the life I want? Not what made you look productive. Not what made you feel temporarily busy. What moved you closer? Even one step count. Benny Arness. If you move one tiny step every day, in 1 year, you won't recognize your life. Small steps compound. Small efforts stack. Little progress becomes massive results. And while you're walking your path, let me remind you, protect your energy. Not everyone clapping for you wants to see you win. Some people cheer when you start but disappear when you suffer. Some people love you until you begin to grow. Growth makes small minds uncomfortable. Your improvement threatens people who refuse to improve themselves. So stop seeking validation from others. You don't need everyone to believe in your Drea Taram. You need you. That's it. Even one determined person can change the world. Why not you? Let me say something. Many never understand success is not about impressing people. It's about becoming someone you respect. when you look in the mirror. When you can wake up and say, I'm proud of how far I've come, you've already succeeded, even if the world hasn't seen your results yet. But results will come if you do one more thing: control your habits when nobody is watching. Anyone can work when there's applause. Anyone can hustle when people are complimenting them. But real champions grind in silence. They wake up when no one's cheering. They study when no one's watching. They train when no one cares. They practice when nobody claps. Silence is where greatness grows. Silence is where giants are built. Silence is where destiny is formed. Remember this: the world only sees the highlight. BUETBRSNT, the journey, the hard nights, the sweat, the doubt, the tears, that's yours, and that's priceless. You will not always feel motivated, but you must always remain loyal to your future self. Loyalty to your future self means saying no to some things today. No to laziness, no to distractions, no to comfort. Comfort is the biggest trap. Comfort whispers beautiful lies: you can do it tomorrow. You deserve a break. You're tired. And guess what? The more you listen to comfort, the more your dreams suffer. Comfort kills more dreams than failure ever will. Successful people aren't superhuman NDRs. They simply learn to choose growth over comfort. A little pain now brings peace later. A little discipline now brings freedom later. A little sacrifice now brings abundance later. You can build a future sitting in the present doing nothing. You can't expect blessings from the seeds you never planted. You can't expect excellence from habits of laziness. If you want a different life, live differently. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Every small effort matters. Let me tell you something real. Every dream has a price. If the dream is big, the price is big. The universe does not hand success to anyone for free. It asks, how badly do you want this? And your actions answer that question. Not your voice, your actions. Along the way, you will feel alone sometimes. That's okay. Greatness is not a crowded place. You will miss parties. You will miss trends. You will miss conversations. But you will never miss your destiny if you stay focused and disciplined. And don't forget rest when you need to, not when you feel lazy. Rest is a tool. Laziness is a habit. Learn the difference. Rest so you can continue. Don't rest to escape. Rest to sharpen. And always to time to acknowledge how far you've come. Even if you're not yet where you want to be, you're not where you used to be. That alone is progress. Celebrate small wins. Celebrate your growth. Celebrate your discipline. Gratitude today builds strength for tomorrow. Before we close tonight, listen care. NTR fully success does not arrive suddenly. It sneaks in quietly after a long season of patience and discipline. You won't notice the change happening day by day. Then one day people will look at you and say, you're lucky. They will call it luck. But you will know it was discipline. It was faith. It was consistency. It was sacrifice. So tonight, make yourself one promise: I will not waste my life watching others live theirs. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. This moment, make the choice. Become the person your future self will thank. Your dream is waiting. Your potential is waiting. Or a new life is waiting. And trust me, evening is not the end of the day. Evening is the beginning of tomorrow. What you decide right now shapes who you wake up as tomorrow morning. Go to sleep knowing you gave today the best you could. Wake up tomorrow ready to give again. Good evening and good growth. Keep going. Your future is already applauding you. It's waiting for you to arrive.